Hello and welcome to Tax Debt Live with Carlos Samaniego and Andrew Samaniego, EA. How you doing, Andrew?
Not bad. We officially moved in, and now we're kind of setting things up, but it's great.
Perfect, perfect. Today we're going to be talking about Cali Claw. Who's Cali Claw, Andrew?
That's the California Franchise Tax Board.
These people. We're going to be talking about these people. And if you know anybody that has California Franchise Tax Board tax issues, this is going to be the episode for you. And it's actually a perfect setup, Andrew. Right? We're lifelong Californians. My office is located here in Redlands, California, and as Andrew just said, he just opened up an office in Monterey, California. So you're talking to the Cali Claw specialist, and I'm just excited, Andrew, because neither one of us were here last week. You were in the process of moving. I was actually traveling up and down the West Coast here. Just got back from a trip. Me and Liz actually went up to San Francisco. We were doing some filming, primarily filming about Cali Claw and talking about the California Franchise Tax Board and how bad they are. And then when it's time to deal with past due tax problems, a lot of people, Andrew, don't realize that it's typically Cali Claw that comes after you way before the IRS, right?
Yeah, they are absolutely the fastest, and usually they only give one, maybe two notices before they start attacking you.
Yeah, well, you get that first notice. It basically says, hey, you owe us some money. And then the next notice, it's that final notice letter, and then they're going right into your bank accounts and that wage garnishment. But I got to start this off, Andrew. One of my favorite comedians for years has been a guy. His name was Carlos Mencia. Fortunately, same last name, right? There's even some online jokes in our tax boards that us EAs get in saying, "Hey, Carlos, were you giving Carlos Mencia advice?" So, but I want to share a news report that just came out a couple of days ago, and why that's so important, and we need to talk about this. So this is a news report that just came out, and let's go ahead and watch this news report, Andrew.
Now at 5:30, a popular comedian is getting a lot of attention tonight, but not for his jokes. Good evening. This is the KTLA 5 News at 5:30. I'm Cher Calvin.
And I'm Micah Ullman.
In developing news, the LA County DA's office has hit comedian Carlos Mencia with serious criminal charges.
He is charged with tax evasion and failing to report millions in income. KTLA's Lauren Lister live in the newsroom with the details. Lauren.
Micah and Cher, the DA says if convicted, the 58-year-old comedian could potentially face over 10 years in prison in addition to paying back taxes with interest. And the message from prosecutors is this is the first case of its kind from a new tax unit, but it won't be the last.
In real life, I don't hang out with people anymore because everybody's too sensitive.
Comedian Carlos Mencia has brought laughs to stages and screens, but LA County's district attorney suspects it didn't end there.
I am guessing that Mr. Mencia thought that taxes were maybe a laughing matter, but they're not a laughing matter.
Prosecutors accuse Mencia of being a tax evader, charged with 12 felony counts related to alleged failure to file personal and corporate taxes from 2019 to 2024 on $8.7 million with an over $300,000 state tax bill. He was taken into custody today.
Mr. Mencia was arrested about 7:05 a.m. this morning at his home in Encino.
Mencia's comedy career spans decades, including tours, specials, the Mind of Mencia TV show, and recently the Disney animated series The Proud Family. But prosecutors claim he's now earned a dubious distinction.
He is on the California Franchise Tax Board's list of the 500 greatest tax delinquents in both personal and corporate income categories.
They allege he had paid taxes previously, so knew he had an obligation to file, and had been notified of his failure to do so in recent years.
The California Franchise Tax Board sent Mr. Mencia 78 notices that he had failed to file returns, and he should file those returns.
It's the first case for the business tax fraud unit started by the district attorney, saying he found the DA's office wasn't doing enough to deter criminal tax conduct.
The amount of tax violations, I can say this pretty confidently, is in the millions and millions and millions of dollars every single year.
Prosecutors say Mencia is expected to be arraigned in Van Nuys Monday. His bail was set at $250,000.
Wow, 78 notices. You'd never hear
78
that.
notices. I want to talk about why this is so important, and a lot of people don't realize this, is that, first and foremost, he made $8.7 million during this 2019 through 2024 timeframe. Didn't file no personal returns, no corporate returns. He had an S corporation called Redlands Entertainment, and didn't file returns. So that was 6 years of returns that he didn't file. Right. And the thing is that they went after him to make him an example, to let everybody know that this new California tax fraud unit is coming after people. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I'm seeing, Andrew, and I've seen this over the years, is that multiple small business owners opening up corporations, running their money through these corporations, not filing the taxes on the corporations, and not reporting their not only on the corporate side but on the personal side, Drew. And here's the thing: Californians said, we're done with this. This is a brand new unit that just opened up officially last month to go after these people. Carlos just happens to be
particularly a criminal unit.
It's a criminal tax fraud unit to go after. So they're calling it this criminal tax fraud. And here's the thing: when you make $8.7 million, he only owed $300,000 in taxes. That is not a lot. Both me and Andrew have clients that owe way more than $300,000 in taxes.
Yeah.
But he's gonna go. He's gonna do time in jail. And if you're watching this video and you live in California, and you're playing these games like opening up LLCs or S-corps and running your income through there, and and you think you're not going to get caught, guess what? Now they got a unit specifically to go after those types of people.
Right.
And here's the thing: I guarantee Carlos had no idea that they were going to show up at 7 a.m. in the morning and get arrested to go to jail for this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if
78
you're making
notices
over $200K, you need a dedicated tax professional. Whether it's a CPA, whether it's just a tax preparer, keeping you on track with these monthly estimated payments, but two, making sure these entities are reporting their income and dedicating each expense for bookkeeping. You need to have a dedicated person at this point.
You know what? And again, brand new unit. This DA actually worked for the federal government, so he's going to build a name out of his name. And as they said on that special report, business tax fraud unit, and Mencia was their first case. My question is, how many of those cases are out there that they're planning on going after? And again, $300,000 is couch money. When you make $8.7 million. $300,000 is couch money. Probably inside his couches that fell out of his pocket. It wasn't a whole lot of money. And again, it's not that the IRS or the California Franchise Tax Board is going after him for the $300,000. Yeah, he owes the money. Mm-hmm. That's not the crime. And It comes down to this: the crime is not filing the tax returns. Right. That's the crime, and that's a felony. Looking at my notes here. It's a felony tax crime that they're going to go after. And here's the thing: is that he could have used this book, right? CaliClaw.com, free book, how to deal with the California Franchise Tax Board. In fact, Andrew, when I haven't even had a chance to talk to Andrew a lot since we got back. I literally went, Andrew. We went to the Franchise Tax Board in Sacramento, and I actually did filming right in the headquarters of the beast itself. I was a little nervous. I thought security kept on coming around us, looking at what are you guys doing? Yeah. And I actually did some filming there. I actually did a book review on the California Franchise Tax Board while I was there. And, all I can really say, and this is going to be a short Tax Debt Live today. We're not answering questions today. Just when that news report came out yesterday, it blew my mind. It's just because I have seen one too many cases that have come by our office, and you're looking at it, and the people actually say, it kind of feels like evading taxes, and I'm like, no, you are evading taxes. You're starting corporations to run money through it, so they don't come after you, or maybe because you think the IRS owes you money, so people think that they can go open up these companies to be able to do this. You can't do that.
Yeah, so I guess the next question here is, what's the line? Is it not paying taxes? Is it setting up entities to not pay taxes? Like, what's the line between tax evasion and I just need some help getting back on track?
Exactly. And you know what's funny, Andrew, when I talk to people and they know what they're doing. I'm thinking of one specific client that I worked with, and it literally came out of his mouth. I feel like I'm evading taxes. Well, when you're looking at it and you're looking at, he opens up one entity, runs the business a few years out of that, and then stops using that, then opens up another entity and starts running money through that because he doesn't want the money going through his personal bank account, whether it's for everything from because he's getting divorced or he owes other people debt and he doesn't want that money, or whatever reason that you're doing it.
Right.
If you're watching this video and you haven't filed your taxes in the state of California, and especially if you have businesses that you're running money through, you need to call us today. Call Andrew, call myself, reach out to us. Go to info@taxdebtconsultant.com. But you need to get advice immediately. And there may be situations now, and I'm going to be more cognizant of this, where you maybe need to get a criminal tax attorney, because this is something California is not playing with anymore. The Franchise Tax Board, Cali Claw, is for real. And we just showed you that they're coming after you.
Yeah. And I know the IRS is one of those places, their criminal investigations unit is, they only take cases they know they're going to win. And I imagine it's probably going to be the same for California. So once it gets to that point, it's almost too late. So you want to get help as soon as possible.
Exactly. So go get our book.
Reached out to reps for Carlos Mencia.
I'll show you. If you go to caliclaw.com, I'll show you where you can get this free book. Again, get this actual book at caliclaw.com. I'll show you the screen one more time here. This is caliclaw.com, and you can pick up this book for free. It's the PDF version of the book. If you want to get the actual, physical book, you can buy it on Amazon and get the physical book. If you book an appointment in-house here in Redlands, I give you a copy of the book. In fact, Andrew, when I go see you, I'll take you a bunch of these copies. So Andrew will be giving them away as well. So this is the key to getting yourself out of trouble with the California Franchise Tax Board. And one last thing before we wrap this up, Andrew. This was a question, and I know you've gotten this question, Andrew. If the Franchise Tax Board puts a levy on my bank account, in other words, you go try to charge something, buy something, and they say it's denied, there's a very good chance for most Californians is 99% of the time it's going to be the state of California because they do it so fast. Here's the thing to remember. Your money is not gone. It's still at the bank. But your money will be gone in about 10 days if you don't do anything about it. So if you got that bank levy, you got 10 days to get that resolved. In most situations, we can get that money back, get it released, get most of the money back. There's only been one instance where, and I think I've talked about it before, where I was not able to get back the money. And he was a Carlos Mencia type character where he avoided his probably hundreds of letters because the FTB had been trying to get a hold of him for over 10 years and he kept on avoiding them. But you can get your money back. Your money is not gone, but you have very limited time to get that money back. You have 10 business days to get that money back. But reach out to our offices. Any last words?
It's very easy to verify who has your money. So if you go to your bank account and you see all the money taken out, it will say either California Franchise Tax Board or it will say Internal Revenue. So you'll see whichever one it is. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, Andrew, that's it for this week. we'll be back next Friday. I just wanted to make sure because I know we're going to Boston soon, but we'll be back next Friday and actually taking more of your questions on that show. So until next Friday, this is Carlos from Redlands and
Andrew from Pebble Beach.
Pebble Beach, Monterey, California area. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.